welcome to the Change Guru. This is a place where we have a weekly conversation about all things midlife. I'm thinking this week about mental health and how we can really make a huge difference in the world and what's going on with this issue right now. I've just come off my yoga mat, and my practice is actually a way that I proactively manage my mental health on a daily basis. When I look at the statistics of what's going on right now, especially in the States, my mind wants to explode. 1 in 10 people are on antidepressants. For women in their 40s and 50s, 1 in 4 women are on antidepressants. And I think we all know firsthand someone or ourselves have gone into the doctor for perimenopausal or menopausal symptoms, just not feeling great. And our doctors are more apt to prescribe an antidepressant than discuss with us lifestyle changes, or, let alone how to deal with our hormones. So we've got that kind of thing going on. Also, new statistics show that we're going into the doctor's office with depression, but our depression doesn't even meet the required symptoms for antidepressant medication, but we're still getting that medication anyways. Why is this happening? I really don't know, and that's probably a whole other debate in itself. It could be one where we just think it's really completely normal to be able to take a pill and that will make things all go away. I live in Australia, but when I go back to where I was born in America, I always get really freaked out by the amount of advertisements on TV, the commercials on television that are promoting antidepressants like it's a completely normal thing. That's not legal in Australia. And I think when we see something on television, we assume that that's kind of okay for us. So it could be that. But I think the major thing with the reason why we are so non-questioning about the kind of care that we get when it comes to our mental health is because of the stigma around it and the shame. Many of us were brought up in families, I know I was, where mental health wasn't even discussed at all. It was completely off the table. And when you look at the reasons why mental health, the issue is kind of such a difficult one for us to grasp as a society, right after you go from, insurance issues or affordability, it all comes down to the shame, the stigma, not wanting anybody to know, what will people think, that whole kind of thing. So how do we change all this? It's quite overwhelming, isn't it, when it's something that's completely embedded in our culture to feel bad about our mental health. Well, I really love the quote by Mahatma Gandhi that says, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." And so I really believe the change starts with us. This is how I do it. I look at my family history and, the attitudes towards mental health and patterns and pathologies and all that. I just turn into a detective and have really, really looked at that. It's so interesting. And then number 2, I share that information with my children, with my adult children and my husband. I'm really open and honest about what I've learned to break family patterns or patterns that no longer need to be there anymore, and to lift stigma and the codes of silence around it. And the third thing I do is I am proactive in my mental health just as much as I am in my physical, spiritual, and emotional health. So, for example, my yoga practice is my therapy. My walking is my therapy. I'm really mindful of the information that I take in. I don't watch very much television at all. I don't watch news. I'm really, really conscious about the media intake. I'm really conscious of boundaries and the type of people in my life. And it is a daily practice, really ensuring that my mental health is 100% looked after. If I needed support, if I needed to get help, whether it was professional or from a friend or whatever, I would get it in a heartbeat and have no shame or stigma attached to it at all. We're all human beings. We all have brains. It's just a matter of society catching up to the idea that our mental health is important, enmeshed with all aspects of our health and well-being. So, if we're going to be the change that we wish to see in the world, I want to know from you, what kind of attitudes did you have growing up about mental health? How did your family deal with issues of mental health? Was there a code of silence? Did you talk about things openly and honestly? And how are you breaking this cycle of code of silence, of shame, of not wanting anyone to know about mental health issues? How are you changing things? I'd love to know. This is such an important issue, and it's a way that we can really make a difference in what's going on today by speaking openly and honestly about this issue. So just post below. I'd love to know. Also, I do these videos every single week, so if you haven't subscribed, please do, so you don't miss any that I do. I really love doing them, and I so appreciate you being here. All right, thanks for watching. This issue means a lot to me, and let's lift the code of silence. We really can do it. Okay, thanks so much. I look forward to talking with you, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.
The Change Guru, listen up.